In this video, I'm going to walk through a production budget as part of our master budget. Now that we budgeted our sales, if we're a manufacturer, we're going to look into what we need to produce. So sales budget would be first, and then production budget would be next. Ultimately, they're asking us to do the production budget for our second quarter and break it down by month. April, May, and June. You can budget whatever periods you want. You can do quarter for the year, month for a certain quarter, month for the year, whatever is best for you. But here they've asked us to do the second quarter of the production budget and break that down by month. They've already given us budgeted sales for April, May, and July. And I'll note we also have to look through are there certain inventory levels that they create an expectation. Past experience tells us that end of month inventory levels should equal 10% of the following month's unit sales. So we're not a just-in-time manufacturer. They want us to have a little bit of inventory on hand for two reasons. Remember, this is a budget, so we're predicting that this is what we think our sales are going to be, but we don't know exactly. So let's have a little bit of buffer of inventory on hand just in case our sales are more, so we're not turning away customers. Also, another main reason would be we don't want to end the period a month with zero inventory and customers come that first day of the next month and we have to turn them away and build up production again. We want to have a little bit of production also on hand for that next month. So two major reasons why we want to have a little buffer of inventory on hand. So I'm going to work through April together to hopefully get you started. Our starting point is going to be our budgeted sales. So in April, our budgeted sales were $50,000. Then we want to add on what amount of ending inventory do we desire to have on hand beyond our sales. Remember, it's 10% of the following unit sales. If we're in April, the next month is May. May's sales are predicted to be $75,000. So let's take that $75,000 in sales times 10%, and let's have an additional 7,500 units on hand. Again, just in case April sales are bigger, and also have a little bit of inventory in hand at the end of April to carry us into May. So our total needs between the sales of $50,000 and desired ending inventory of $7,500 is we would need a total inventory needs of $57,500. But we don't stop yet. That's not exactly what we need to build. We need to keep in mind and subtract out if we have any inventory already on hand, that's that much less that we have to build. So let's take that total needs of $57,500, and they tell us at the end of March, which would be the beginning of April, and March is also beginning of April, we had 5,000 units on hand. So let's subtract out those 5,000 units from the 57,500, and that means we only need to produce or build 52,500 units since we already have 5,000 units on hand to meet our total needs of sales and ending inventory of 57,500. Now I'm going to let you also work through May and June on your own just to make sure you can work through the calculations. But some things I want to point out is keep in mind the ending inventory for one period is the predicted beginning inventory for the next period. So for example, April's ending inventory is predicted to be 7,500. That would be the beginning inventory for May. So just a quick note there. I also note we're going to have some more complications when we get to the total for the quarter. So normally on our past budget, you could just add across the months or the quarters for the total for the quarter or year, whatever you were trying to calculate. And while that's true for some of our rows, it's not true for all of them. So I want to point out a couple important things. Now, I'm also giving you some check figures to help demonstrate this. So for example, I'm going to start with our units of beginning inventory. Note that this 5,000 in beginning inventory for April is also what I slid over to be the beginning inventory for the quarter, because April is the first month of the second quarter. So the beginning inventory for April is going to be the beginning inventory for the quarter. Also, the ending inventory is not adding across all the months. The ending inventory for the quarter is June's ending inventory. So again, think about the second quarter. The last month in the second quarter is June. So June's ending inventory is going to be the ending inventory for the quarter. Now I don't have the calculation worked out, but recall our ending inventory we desire is 10% of the following units sales. The next month after June is July, so we take that 80,000 times 10%. That's where I got my 8,000 ending inventory desired for June, which is the ending inventory desired for the quarter. So hopefully that helps you get started with the production budget.